Through the grind, and you're kind of not thinking about the end, but you know, this place has been your home for, you know,
yeah, 31,
years.
30. Yeah, this is the 31st year. I saw the floor when it was tile, when Coach Tonelli hired me, and then we went to the sport tan rubberized surface, and then Coach Tonelli decided to put in a beautiful wood floor, which got an air cushion underneath. It's basically the same floor that's in the Boston Garden. So we're very fortunate to have a beautiful, beautiful court, beautiful facility, and so I really feel fortunate and blessed, actually, that I've been able to survive and, you know, have the kind of support from administration and the players like yourself and your brother that I was able to coach. Coach Shea, also great player, great team player.
What are you going to miss the most when all is said and done?
What am I going to miss the most? I get that question a lot. I think I'm going to miss the people, you know, the people that I've been surrounded with, you know, the faculty, the administrators, certainly my assistants, and the players. You know, and certainly at Notre Dame, I really feel fortunate. We've had great parental support. And with the number of distractions out there in today's culture, you know, I really feel fortunate that, you know, I've had so many families like your mom and dad. And in the last 31 years, we still have parents coming back. You know, Mr. DiCello was there last game with Mr. and Mrs. Walania, which was great to see. So we have had very, very fortunate to have that kind of support.
What you know, when the end does come, when you're riding that bus back, you know, what are you going to be thinking about at that time?
Well, number one, I'm going to be thinking I'm not going to miss that bus ride. Those are the toughest, you know, times of the you know, coaching the bus rides. But I'm going to look back on that, and I'm going to reflect on all the loyalties. You know, going back to you know, Troy Adams and Keith Bullock and Pete Santos, Justin Morris, you know, Tommy Rozak. Certainly my son Michael, who you know, hit a three-point shot right there in 1987 against St. Joe's to beat St. Joe's. And we were talking about the number of upsets Notre Dame's had over the years. You know, when we beat Scott Burrell's team at Hampden, it was 34-31, and Scott Burrell, everyone knows, an All-American athlete, legendary player at UConn. He had 9 points that game. And beating St. Joe 7 times here, we've had some tremendous wins. Harding, Stanford.
Talk about the 2 tournament runs.
Well, the 2 state championship runs were just fantastic.
Great runs. Obviously,
oh my God,
we were short both times.
Yeah, we were 12-8. You know, and then we won 5 games. Or we won 4 games to get to that 5th game, and you know, it was one of those things that the tie score with 4 to 7 seconds to go on the side, 4 seconds to go on the sideline at Central Connecticut, and
that was against
Bridgeport Central. Yeah, and he hit a shot at the buzzer, boom. And then naturally,
you still see that in your sleep sometimes?
Oh, after the game, you know, you think, well, we had a foul to give, should have hit him. You know, like last night, if you watch UConn play Marquette, kid hits a 3 from 28 feet out. And after the game, you hear people say, "You should have fouled him." You know, maybe he misses 1 free throw and they win the game. But that's all part of coaching, you know. Like I said, we lost 5 games by 9 points. So last year, 1974 at St. Paul, we won 5 games by 9 points. So if you coach 40 years, you got to hope that they even out, you know. So I've been at both ends.
Winning and losing is very thin.
Very thin. Mark Noon, who was a 2-time All-Stater for me at St. Paul and first-team All-American at the University of Hartford, consensus All-American. He called me up and asked me about last year's season. I said, "Coach, don't forget you won those 5 by 9 points, and you lost 5 by 9 last year. So hopefully we're going to win the close ones this year."
In the grand scheme of things, 3-point line the biggest change from when you started coaching to now?
I don't think there's any question. No doubt about it. The best thing that happened to the game of basketball is a 3-point shot. You just saw it last night. Napier's making a 3, and you know, the Marquette ties it up with a 3, and you know, Mike Palladino beating St. Joe's with a 3, and then he beat you know, his shot beat St. Thomas Aquinas over there with a 3. That was the first year. So those are the things that stick out in my mind, because we were 12-8. Jerry Keisha was one of our co-captains, had a great career at Wesleyan. But I'm named Coach of the Year that year and with the way I registered because, you know, the three-point shot. So that was a big, big change. I think the other thing is you see, you know, the influence of the weights, the strength programs today. You know, 25 years ago, you know, you wouldn't see as many players lifting weights in the off season. I mean, today you have to be strong. You know, you see those Big East players, Division I players. I mean, they're really muscular and agility-wise too. They're much more agile than they were before. The footwork is a great, I think, part of the development of players today.
Basketball alumni are going to be watching this, alumni that you had in the classroom. What do you want to say to them about your Notre Dame experience?
I want to say thank you. Thank you, number one, for your commitment to the system. I've said it for years. The Notre Dame system is not for everyone. You know, it's very structured. You know, I take a lot of pride in being an old school, you know, philosophy coach as far as, you know, don't be on time, you know, be early, tuck your shirts in, no profanity on the floor. You know, so I take a lot of pride in discipline. You know, doing what you're supposed to do, and you're supposed to do it right, do it for a reason, do it all the time. And I've been blessed to have players like yourself and your brother, Coach Shea, very close to the program now, that are willing to accept, you know, what I believe in. Because I've had more players come back and say, you know, thanks for getting me ready for the college level. You know, it's a structured system, which I think in the long run is going to be in the best interest of the individual because we stress work ethic and commitment, determination, desire, and drive. All right, and if we don't get that on the floor every day, you know, we single them out. As I told the players from day one, I'm going to stick the ball in your chest. You know, I'm going to expect high expectations. If you're willing to make the ride with me, start the race, and finish the race, you'll appreciate it as you get older. That's where I grew up, playing football, basketball, and baseball in Bristol, and I believe in that. The structure is what this is all about. You know, building character. You know, respect and responsibility. So I've been blessed. I would say to the alumni and all the students in the classroom, if you're willing to, you know, accept what I have to offer, I think you're going to benefit from it. And I thank them so much because without that commitment, there's no way I'm going to make 45 years, certainly 31 in this day, because there are a number of distractions, as everyone's aware of.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Your locker room filled with sayings. If you could only put one up, what one are you putting up?
Well, I'm gonna put up a few, but number one is the 10 most important two-letter words in the English language will never change. I've had people 40 years old come up to me off the street and say, Coach, I'll never forget the 10 most important two-letter words in the English language. If it is to be, it is up to me. And the other one I love is today's headline is tomorrow's toilet paper. So, you know, you better realize, you know, you're as good as you want to be, but it's all about the now. And what are you going to do now? You know, work as hard as you can for as long as you can, and you can only get better.
That was Notre Dame head basketball coach Gary Palladino. Keep it right here on GoGreenKnights.com.